gentlemen, I mean, so welcome first off. Second of all, you come from Australia, you come from a long place to get to WKU, man. You just kind of talk about, your journey to get here.
Yeah, I mean, it's a bit of a far flight, a little 15 hours, but I'm super excited to be here. It's my final year. So I kind of took a bit of a route. I went through the JUCO route and went all the way to Central Arizona, where I spent my first 2 years. And I had great experience there. Was around a winning culture and got to experience 2 national championship games, one where we lost and one where we won. And I was fortunate enough to be playing center field, batting 2-hole, which was really cool. And that kind of opened up like a whole new journey for me to pick kind of where I wanted to go next, which led me to my former school, Charleston Southern, where I had a really good year there. And I was kind of never really planning on being there for 2 years. I kind of wanted to explore that transfer portal for my final year, and it led me to here, and it was a great fit. I mean, I can honestly say I've played for 3 of the best junior college coaches of all time, and I couldn't be happier being here with all the boys. We've got such like a strong culture around here, and amazing coaching staff, and I'm super glad to be here.
Just looking at your lineup too, what do you feel like you're one of that you're going to do well? Like, what are you good at?
Kind of like our head coach said earlier, and the 3 gentlemen before us that took the podium. I think our athleticism is definitely our top attribute. We got a lot of versatile guys who can play a lot of different positions. We can bunt, we can hit home runs at times. We know how to move guys over. We can play defense, and I think just our versatility is definitely a very strong suit of ours.
Yeah, I'd say we're a very fun offense to watch. We got a lot of different components that kind of build us all up. Like he said, we've got guys that can absolutely fly, like Dylan right here, and we got guys that can also just put the ball over the yard. So we got many ways we can score and many ways we can win games. We just got to come together as a team, which we're doing really well right now. So we're in a good spot leading up to the season for sure.
I kind of asked you the same thing, man. What do you know about WKU before you got here, and how did you come to choose to come play here?
Well, if you told me like 5 years ago that I would end up in Western Kentucky playing baseball, I'd probably say you're crazy. I don't know how I'd end up here, but really this summer is what kind of took off for me, and how I got noticed for this place is, my fault. So basically my summer coach had connections with Knapp, the pitching coach here, and then Knapp he watched me play, thought it'd be a good fit here. He told our hitting coach, and that's kind of how it came about of me coming here.
Just like we talked earlier about different lineups that you're going to see this season. How does that process in your head? If you're not in the lineup every single day, what kind of role are you going to play during the season?
I mean, there's always roles no matter what position you're in, whether you're on the bench or you're on the field. But it's important, for our team, we could interchange so many different people and put them in so many different positions, and we would say we could get the same result. But it's important that when you have your time on the bench, that you stay locked in on the game. And for myself, being one of the older guys, probably the oldest position player on our roster, I have to take a bit of a leadership role in some aspect as well. Really help out the younger guys, especially those first years in their first kind of college experiences. But there's always so many roles that you can play, no matter whether you're on the field or off the field. You just got to stay locked in the game, and I know that helps, especially if you're a young first year.
Just looking at the schedule, you guys are open and home in February. That could be pretty cold this year. Do you look forward to those early road trips coming here to Western, or are you here for the whole experience?
I mean, I'm here for the whole experience. I mean, I've never really been around this cold, and it's not even that cold compared to a lot of other spots. But for me, this is freezing, and I mean, to be fair, I'm not a fan. It hurts. It does hurt. But no, we're super excited to be able to host opening weekend. I think that's really good for our program, and it gives us a chance to have a really good start and build us into those travels, because playing on the road is very tough, and you really got to bring something else because you're against a whole nother team around their whole support crew, I guess, what you could say, but just staying as a team and competing for each other.
Any particular opponents that you all looking forward to or playing against, or any games that you're like, oh, I can't wait to play this one?
I think playing Louisville at home is definitely gonna be one that I'm looking forward to. Just, I know growing up, I mean, you always heard about Louisville making like the College World Series and stuff, and even Kentucky. So I think just playing those teams as a kid, you didn't really idolize, but you always saw them playing on national TV. So I think that would be pretty cool.
I think, like head coach said, you know, we got like a gauntlet that we will run through at one point where I think we go like Vandy, and then like DBU for 3, and then Louisville, and then Sam Houston, who won the WAC last year. You know, we have a tough schedule, but it's like super exciting. They're the games that you really want to be a part of and be in the lineup for, and just be around, because it's a whole different atmosphere. The SEC ball does hit different. It really does, and when you're around there, it's hard to hear yourself, but they're the times that, you know, that's what we play for, and we're here to take it to them and get a couple of W's too. So.
Then we kind of mentioned how you went to the JUCO route to get here, but before that, you know, did you play high school ball in Australia, or you know, how did you end up coming over, or you know, how long you been here? You know, how did you end up getting over here?
Yeah, so I guess high school ball isn't really a thing back home. Like, we have sort of like a high school league, but like no one really plays in it. Everything's out of school, so what we would call club. And so through club, which my home club was the Manly Eagles, from there you kind of play in like an open age division, and they have 3 divisions, Division 1, 2, 3, 1 being the top. And so I was lucky enough to break into that when I was like 15. And so I'd been playing Division 1 baseball back home for, you know, 3 years sort of thing. And then from there I made the under-16 state team, which we play in our nationals. That's kind of our big event, our big national-wide event. And so I made that, played under-16s for 1 year, and then made the under-18s team my 2 years, and then made the Australian team for under-18s, and then that kind of took off. And within that time, I was able to go over to the States for a couple trips as well and play in what they call the Arizona Fall Classic, which is really kind of what got me into the college side. And that's kind of, after making that Australian team, everything kind of took off from there. So, yeah.
Anything else for you guys?